A room with a view of the whole city. Fashion luxury, that's what he's got pretty.
What a horror flight. What a nightmare flight with British Airways in European business class. These are unbelievable conditions. Apart from the fact that this flight with British Airways offered us such a filthy plane, it's an outrage. One has to wonder, aren't the people responsible at British Airways ashamed to offer us such aircraft? Then you enter this plane, extremely unfriendly staff. And that's the biggest nightmare. You arrive at a seat that is extremely dirty and, even worse, it's also broken. Meaning, the seats are so broken that you can almost take them apart. I was glad to have landed and to be out of that plane. And I can only confirm one thing clearly and distinctly. A flight with British Airways is an absolute nightmare. So, if you now offer a new first-class product, I would say this first-class product in the air is great. There is only criticism to be made. The arrival and the departure. But the product in first is great. But this business product, this old, run-down business class product, for which they still want a lot of money, and where there is hardly any space left. This business class is worse than any Lufthansa or any Ryanair number, because you sit so close to the next seat that it feels suffocating, and you need so much money for it. Paying money for it is an outrage. I say this quality, this entire environment where you have to stay, plus the catering, and the only bright spot on this flight is that you have a caterer like Dio & Co., which provides fantastic good quality here. But even that is of no use if the staff serve these dishes either too hot by leaving them in too long, or too cold by taking them out too early. If you do not adhere to the caterer's guidelines, which clearly state how long a product must be in the hot air oven. And if it is then also served carelessly, I have to say, is this flight with British Airways in business class a downright assault? Because it is simply this kind of unfriendliness. It is this impersonal placing of a drink or a meal that makes you feel like you could have done without it. They don't even want me to fly with them, and that is the result. British Airways, I can tell you clearly and distinctly, I will never set foot in your European business class again. So bad, so incredibly filthy. I haven't experienced a flight like this in a long time. And I have to say, you should be ashamed to offer us something like this. Leaves me speechless, and it is quite clear that both thumbs, and if I had more, I would give all thumbs down for you. That's how bad British Airways is in European business class. And now I don't even want to know how bad it is in economy.